junk deck can just be on the play and just, you know, cripple you, and you end up like getting mana screwed or something like that.
All right, we're off. So David Nolan to the right playing Reed Duke's blue-green splash red deck, and on the left we have Kyle Miller playing the junk deck, black, white, green with Green Sun Zenith. Let's see what... Okay, so it looks like Kyle Miller is going to mulligan. Interesting fact about Kyle Miller, he has a brother, Chris Miller. Chris Miller made top 8 yesterday with Mono Red.
Oh, really?
Dan Jordan actually beat Chris Miller yesterday. Then today, Dan Jordan plays Kyle Miller, beats him, and then Kyle makes top 8. So both Miller brothers made top 8, and both times Dan Jordan beat them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so interesting fact.
Yeah.
So both of these players are mulliganing. They're both going down to 6. Who's it going to favor if they both go down to 6, Christian Calcano?
I'd say the junk player.
It definitely favors the junk player.
Yeah,
junk player has a card like Hemp to Torok.
Yeah, he's Dark Confidence.
Dark Confidant, yeah, sure. I'll mulligan, I don't care.
Yeah,
I'll play Dark Confidant, get the card back.
I don't know if you'll mulligan.
Yeah, not me, but other people.
Gerard never mulligans.
Other people will definitely mulligan.
He claims he mulligans, but...
All right, so David Nolan and Kyle Miller, these guys are playing it out in the semifinals of Charlotte, North Carolina Legacy Star City Game Open.
That's right.
And after game one, we're gonna give away 6 months premium.
Wow, that's
a lot of premium.
Yeah,
it is. So 6 months premium. All right, these guys are still shuffling. They present their decks, and hopefully their 6-card hands are a little bit better.
I must go celebrate.
So yesterday, the player who won the tournament was wearing a Red Sox hat and a Red Sox T-shirt, and today
this guy thinks. Okay, so we can actually see his hand. Wow.
Oh wow, that's
his
actually
hand is a nut.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, yeah, his hand's pretty good too. I think David Nolan's going out to 5.
Oh man,
this is not good.
Does not look good for him.
Not good for David Nolan, but he's sticking with the pile shuffle.
Yeah.
Normally, when you go down to 5, you want to do a little side shuffle, because what happens is after you mulligan down to 5, your opponent just cuts your deck. When you go down to 4, your opponent just taps your deck. When you go down to 3, the guy just says, "I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Unless your opponent's Collie Woods.
Yeah.
Then he just has crack fetch take 2 Collie Woods.
Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! I did it, guys! So, David Nolan going out to 5. This is pretty bad shape, but he could happen to get a nut draw. Maybe a turn 3, 10-10 protection from everything. That could happen.
That would be
good.
This deck is very capable of doing that. So,
even on 5.
Yep, even on 5 cards. So he presents his deck to Kyle Miller. Let's see what Kyle does here. Kyle actually goes for the intense shuffle. I'm surprised.
Yeah, he's full on shuffling it. He's not even looking at the deck. It looks like he's looking at his opponent's hand.
Yeah.
Normally, when somebody mulligans down to 5, it's just a cut, a tap.
Just do it.
Hey, like kind of this nonchalant thing, but it's all business here.
It's all business for Kyle Miller.
Yeah.
He has to one up his brother Chris Miller.
Yeah. You know, like it's like when a cop stops you and he's writing you the ticket, and you try to like joke with him and like be nice, even though you know you're getting screwed, just to make it like the situation a little more lighthearted. You know, so that's so bad, and they're just like super serious. You know what I mean? And they end up hitting you or something.
How fast you were going.
All right, David Nolan has his 5-card hand. John Sonny says that he never actually goes down below 5. He just instant keeps at 5. Doesn't even look and keeps. Yeah, in the dark, keeps at 5. All right, turn 1, Sensei Divining Top from Kyle Miller. I almost called him Chris Miller. That's his brother.
Okay.
So they don't have to one up each other because I'm calling them the wrong name.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. David Nolan goes Wooded Foothills, and he's just going to pass a turn. Unfortunately, he has a Force of Will in his hand, and when you mulligan to 5, you don't really want to be casting a Force of Will.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not the best card in this situation.
On the upkeep, Kyle Miller uses Sensei Divining Top, and he's just going to sculpt his hand, set up what he wants to draw, and he's definitely in a dominating position.
Yeah,
Scrubland, wow.
Position.
All right, so he's probably going to get at least 1 card. It looks like just the Daze, maybe. He's like, sure, no problem. Look at my hand. I got a Daze, I got a Force of Will, and a Natural Order.
What you gonna do?
So he's going to take the Daze.
That's exactly what he's gonna do.
Mysterious Forest.
Taiga, yeah, David's hand is really bad right now. Let's see if he draws out of it. And he draws the best card possible.
Which is a
luck
Tarmogoyf.
might be on this guy's side tonight. Luck me a lady. And he's going to play a Tarmogoyf. I can't believe it. Off the top, Tarmogoyf. So, looks like it's going to be a... Is that a 3-4? A 3-4 Tarmogoyf on turn 2.
On turn 2.
Off the tizzy top.
Yeah. He's on 5 cards even.
Yeah, he's
It's
on
just
5 cards.
absurd.
This is good. This is perfect. This is perfect. But unfortunately, Kyle Miller actually kept a Source of Plowshare on top of his deck.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
So that sword's
So he
going
has
to deal
the
with that
answer.
Tarmogoyf immediately.
But
David doesn't have another blue card to go with this Force of Will.
he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, on the bright side, someone's going to be gaining some life.
Yeah. He'll be winning the life race.
Yeah. So, David Nolan plays his land, taps 2. Here it comes, Tarmogoyf.
All right, Tarmogoyf on the
Let's see
table.
what Kyle
Tarmogoyf's pretty
does
big.
for his turn. Just draws off the top.
Yeah, so I mean that's the swords. He's probably gonna want to main phase swords. I might do it during my opponent's upkeep.
No, that's good right now. He's tapped out.
We know,
And it doesn't
he
really
knows what
matter.
his
Like
hand
it's
is.
not like his opponent.
He knows exactly what his hand is.
And then I think I'm going to also wasteland that Taiga.
That seems good.
Yeah. Why not?
Wouldn't the trop be better?
I think the drop is better.
I like getting rid of Taigas.
Oh, he plays
but he
his own
plays a
Tarmogoyf.
Goyf, so that's fine.
Yeah, that seems really good now.
All right, his
Ponder.
opponent drew a ponder. That's a pretty good one. There it is. And let's see what he finds with this. Can't really see that. As if that's gonna help me. I'm like turning my head.
So he's thinking, I'm not even sure what David wants to draw right now. His best draw would probably be another Tarmogoyf.
Yeah, but even that, it would just bounce off of Kyle's, and then I think Kyle has more action in his hand.
Yeah, especially with the top. The top's
So-
going to keep him, keep giving him action, we'll say.
I mean,
And,
like
and
David
Kyle
has Force
also,
of Will, it's just dead in his hand.
yeah, the Forcible's useless, and also Kyle has a Wasteland.
It's just really, really
Yeah,
bad
it's
for David
really
at this
bad.
point.
But in Magic, you play best 2 out of 3, so
Yeah.
David's got
Yeah,
to...
Anything
got
can
a shot.
happen. And I mean, this game, you know, he just drew that Noble Hierarch. Now look at this. Next turn, he could be natural ordering for a Progenitus.
Wow.
And everything could turn around.
Wow, this is if David wins this game, this is going to be crazy.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
This is perfect. Kakana, what is this?
Perfect.
This is perfect. This is perfect.
So,
Alright.
here we are.
This-
Kyle has a Green Sun Zenith, it looks like.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was in the deck.
Here we are saying that David has no shot
He's
at
drawing.
all. And all of a sudden he draws perfect.
Yeah, literally perfect off the top, right?
Not even perfect. Just one perfect.
Just perfect.
Yeah, just one perfect.
This is perfect!
So perfect.
And next turn there's a chance that he's going to have a 10-10 protection from everything in play.
From
Yeah.
possession from what?
Everything.
Everything.
And Kyle's not going to know what hit him. Kyle needs to use his Wasteland right now.
Yeah.
I agree.
Let's see if he does.
And he knows his opponent has a natural
Oh,
order.
I think we're gonna see a him and a
Oh.
him.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
wow.
him into
Okay.
Wasteland.
No.
Lights.
Well-
Little glimmer of hope. Ooh.
And
Yeah, that's done.
that's the game, boys.
So, that's it.
I mean, you could always just rip like a natural order off the top of his library, right?
Oh, wow, he could.
Yeah, he has a fetch land.
So the game's not over. I always think the game's over, but this deck is so
So he
powerful.
definitely has to Wasteland now.
Yeah, he needs to use his Wasteland. If he does, then the game might be over. Tarmogoyf gets in there for a decent amount of damage. And what's Kyle going to do? Kyle does not use the Wasteland, surprisingly. Why not, Calcano?
That I don't
It
really
just
know.
doesn't really make sense. Maybe he's going to use it after the fetch land resolution happens. So if his opponent gets Trop Island, then he can kill the Kaiga and
So
get rid
I
of
don't-
all of his opponent's red land.
But yeah, he has to use it because he has to take the top 2 cards away.
See, now it doesn't really matter, I think.
Well, because if David Nolan rips a natural order off the top,
Yeah.
he has just enough mana to play a natural order.
Well, yeah, now it doesn't matter which land he kills,
Exactly,
but he needs
exactly,
to.
yeah.
He's
Yeah, but
obviously
he's
going to kill
playing
land.
something
That's
else.
what he was
Alright, so
doing.
here
He was
it
just
goes.
waiting for the resolution of the trigger.
So it looks like, which one do you want to go after, Jake?
I think it's completely irrelevant.
All right, so he's going.
It's absolutely irrelevant.
So he's going after Tropical Island.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. So Kyle has a clock and he has a cards advantage. David draws for his turn. Was that a Green Sun Zenith?
I'm not sure.
Wow. What a
was,
perfect draw.
yeah.
Green Sun Zenith.
Wow.
That's pretty
All right,
nice.
And he's going to fetch up a Tarmogoyf. So David actually drawing pretty well.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, and interesting thing here is now something that happens with Tarmogoyfs that has happened historically is they just bounce off one another because they're O1s that get like +X essentially for the amount of card types in graveyards. But because David has a Noble Hierarch in play, he's going to get the Exalted trigger. So when he attacks with his Tarmogoyf, it's actually not going to be able to be blocked by Kyle's Tarmogoyf.
That's a good point. So David got hemmed. He mulliganed to 5. He got Wasteland. And this game is not out of reach. It just shows you how crazy Legacy is.
It's a fun format.
Yeah, definitely a fun format. A lot of different decks in top 8.
Yeah, 8 unique archetypes.
That's good. Yeah, that's what people like to see. And he's tapping
For Zenith?
Green Zenith
He's got
for
a
3.
Zenith of his own, and he's going to get another Reliquary.
How big is that, Jake? 7/7? 6/6?
I think it's a 5/5.
It's a 5/5. That's big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely big. But he's empty-handed. So this is just a strange game. Definitely a strange game. He's gonna pass the turn to David Nolan. David's drawing. All right, a land. So pretty much a brick right here. But the land is one part of the combo. He needs
Yeah,
a
I mean,
land, and then he needs a natural order.
And all he needs is 4 mana and a natural order. So the land here, you can just hold it in his hand.
Yeah,
it's a nice thing too. It might make his opponent like cast like
No.
an Inquisition or something.
He definitely has to play it because the guy could just draw him the Torah. So he wisely plays the Volcanic Island.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, definitely. But Kyle, on the other hand, has a knight where he's going to sacrifice his forest and he's going to keep going in Wasteland. Wasteland after Wasteland, and pretty soon that guy's only going to have 1 Noble Hierarch in play.
It's going to be rough for him.
Yeah, so that's Wasteland number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you go after right now?
I think I take out the Taiga.
Taiga. Calcano?
I mean,
Is that,
then he's only on 1 green mana, and
Is
then
that,
he cannot actually
yeah.
cast a natural order,
Yeah.
even if he like draws like another.
the Noble
blue
Hierarch
land or
has
something.
a green, though.
Yeah, but I mean now he only has
Oh,
access to 1 green as opposed to double green for the natural order.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Goyf is going to get in there, I guess. Do you think David really drew another Tarmogoyf? Because that would be probably the only reason why he would make this attack.
I'm not sure.
Oh, it's a Vidalian Click, I think.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Something that's actually interesting to me is now
Wow, Vidalian Click.
click on
one
this
play
one.
that my good friend Brad talked to me about a lot after he had top 8 at a Grand Prix with this deck was that when he had Nether Reliquary in play, he would often have Maze of Ith alongside of it, and he would be able to untap the Nether Reliquary and actually get 2 Wastelands in 1 turn and start knocking people down.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice
So it's
combo
like-
right there.
Yeah.
A
Like an
trick people
interesting
might not see.
interaction that people might not use the Maze of Ith for.
So David's been drawing extremely well for his mulligan to 5, but this game still looks pretty rough for him to pull out.
I mean, the Knight is a significantly larger threat than the V-Click at this point. Both players are drawing off the top, but Kyle clearly has an advantage because he has a mana advantage and just a general power advantage with the Knight.
Vidalian Click comes in for 4 damage.
And
Let's see what the Knight goes to get. Maybe a Maze of Ith?
that could be what he finds.
Maybe a Wasteland? I would like to go get another Wasteland, to be honest.
Well, I mean, you could just get a Maze of Ith and then untap the Knight and get a Wasteland if you want.
But I think he's going to get a Maze of Ith to untap the Click. That's my opinion. And he does just that.
That seems fine. I don't mind that play at all.
I really think he should go get Wasteland.
Yeah, I mean, that might actually be a little bit tighter because then it's impossible for his opponent to actually combo him out. But
And it's
I
pretty
mean,
much...
this play is very reasonable.
I don't know. I wouldn't be too scared of my life. I'm a 14. I don't really care if I'm getting hit for 4 damage, as long as my opponent has absolutely nothing. So what's happening now? He's going to play a... Is this really another Tarmogoyf?
No way.
It could be. A little confusion right there amongst players. Somebody thought that they passed a turn. The Knight is tapped. And a Green Sun Zenith for 1.
He's
So
probably going to get a Noble Hierarch.
He is. But if Kyle wants to play around this natural order, he needs to use Knight of the Reliquary to get a Wasteland and waste the Volcanic Island.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what he needs to do here.
And let's see what he
I'm certain he'll see that and act accordingly.
Yeah, I think so as well. So Kyle draws for his turn.
Oh, he
Wow.
draws swords.
Swords is really good.
That's really, really, really good.
I think the knight's big enough to
Start
come
turn.
in. Yeah, next turn. I think this turn you want to go get the Wasteland. You want to waste the Volcanic Island.
That's like absolutely clutch right now. You just can't let your opponent have 4 lands because then you actually give them a chance to win from the top of their deck.
Instead, he attacks. So
Yeah, he can maze this guy post damage and then get a wasteland also.
sure, sure. I wonder if he sees this play. The other thing you could do is also plow a Noble Hierarch to keep him off mana there.
You can do that also. It's true.
He can plow and wasteland. Set him back.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see if Kyle's going to see this play with Mazavith.
If he's attacking.
Oh,
yeah,
he
yeah.
is. He's using the maze play. That's
All right.
that's very strong.
Yeah, strong play.
Yeah, he's reading it.
So David goes on to 7.
Yeah. And
The knight is going to
it's
get
a pretty cool
Wasteland.
interaction.
Yeah, it definitely is.
That's something a lot of people might not see.
Exactly.
So,
There's a Wasteland on a Volcanic Island.
it's something I definitely didn't think about when I first saw these lists that played Mazavith with wastelands.
Yeah, me and Calcano just thought he would not see it, and we didn't see it. We just thought he was trying to not deal damage. We had no clue.
He's just getting in there.
Yeah, definitely. So now he's going to pass the turn. And David's going to need a lot of help.
Yeah. And since
Ooh, a lightning bolt off the top.
Ooh.
Yeah,
You know.
doesn't really do much now.
You know, it might have helped him race with the V-click, but now that there's a Mazavith on the table, that inevitability is probably just too much.
Exactly. The maze is definitely a problem. What he could do this turn, he could swing him with both the click and the Toimaglyph, hoping to get Kyle to block. Then he could finish it off with the lightning bolt.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But then he'd just die. Well, he wouldn't just die.
He could chump the knight with one of the Noble Hierarchs.
But
Yeah, but then he's down to very few lands.
yeah,
Sure, but you mean he mulled to 5. Not much he could do.
I mean, and this is only game 1, so this can still go both ways. Post board, David gets access to a few different things here.
Alright, so David flies in for 5 with the Vidalian click. Let's see if it gets met by a Swords to Plowshare with the Exalted triggers on the stack.
I imagine it will.
It could not. Maybe he wants to plow that Toimaglyph and start bashing in.
Yeah, that's also a very nice play.
Yeah, that's probably a little bit better there.
He still has the maze also. The maze can just,
So
keep
he-
Avondalian click at bay just about forever.
He doesn't use the plow. So here comes the Inquisition of Kozilek. Let's see what David Nolan has. We know he has the bolt. Kyle doesn't know this. So this bolt's going to go somewhere. And the bolt goes to the head of Kyle Miller.
Putting him at 6. Alright. Now,
Knight of the Reliquary attacks. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a 10-10.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
David has to block this knight,
he does.
or he dies.
boss of Goyf.
Blocks with the Goyf. So he's bending his Goyf to stay alive. Seems reasonable.
I think he has to do. Oh no, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So David draws his card for the turn, checks the board, checks his life. And
Alright.
he looks to have drawn something.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard for him because, he doesn't really have any way to, like, ritual or anything like that. So even if he draws, like, a brainstorm into something, like, he's just not able to combo off at this point. And the maze is going to hold the V-click at bay. And Kyle's just going to be able to, like, grind the game out.
Definitely.
His guys are just too powerful at this point.
This game seems a little too close for a mulligan to 5.
I don't think this game was really as close as we think it was.
If Kyle didn't draw that Swords to Plowshare, David brings him to 1 right. David actually kills him. David has lethal. If he did not draw that Swords to Plowshare,
No, he has a Mazavith in play.
yeah, sure, and a Mazavith he had to draw.
He searched for the Mazavith, but then the real
Yeah, so he had to draw very good cards for this not to be lethal. That's all I'm saying.
what his deck does. I don't know.
Well, David Nolan is up to 4 lands if you count the Hierarchs, but I mean, this click's gonna attack. It should attack. Yes, he's gonna come in. Maybe Kyle doesn't see this Mazavith. Who knows?
Imagine.
And he doesn't see the
I've-
Swords
I've
of
seen
Flash here.
crazier
Yeah,
things, to be
seriously.
honest.
We've seen someone open a
So-
Jace on GG's Live. We saw a turn 3 kill with Battlewitz. All right, so Kyle sees the play of Mazavith, and David passes the turn.
Imagine like an engineered explosives for 1. That'd be pretty good.
So the Knight and the Goyf come in. So David's still trying to fight this out.
I think that Knight is definitely lethal at this point.
I think the Knight's a 10-10 still. So Click gets thrown in the way of a Knight, a plow on a Noble Hierarch,
Yep.
and David has no outs.
It's locked up. Oh, he's no cards in.
All right, so we're on to game 2. David Nolan got defeated by Kyle Miller. David had the mulligan to 5. He had to face off with a Wasteland. Had to face off with a Hemp to Torok. It was bad news. It still was almost close. But looks like Kyle Miller is up a game and feeling pretty good about the no split and his matchup.
Yeah, I like his chances.
Yeah, definitely. He's up a game. He's playing a good deck. See what happens. So right now we have 6 months away. How many months, Calcano?
6 months.
6 months. Jake, how many months?
6 months!
All right, 6 months away. We're giving away. We're going to have special guest question, again, from Christian Calcano, back-to-back. This is just crazy. This is crazy, right?
I know, it's just
now,
unprecedented.
this question is
What
going to
a
be
weekend.
a little more difficult
Sure.
than last question, correct?
Yep.
Last question. Tell everybody what last question was and what was the answer.
Last question was, what deck won the Standard Open? And the answer was Callblade by
Yeah.
Nate Pease. Give it up for Nate Pease. Nate Pease. So now the next question is
For 6 months, 6 months,
months of Star City Games Premium.
Calcano, the question is going to be from you.
All right.
All right? So think about your question. Are you thinking about it?
I'm thinking.
Jake, tell everybody how they're going to sideboard. What do you think about the matchup?
Oh, okay. So in this matchup, I mean, there's a junk deck versus a thresh deck. The thresh deck's normal plan of sideboarding, like against blue decks, would be blast and things like that. But here, I'm not sure if he has like a Lavamancer plan or something like that. I don't think that's necessarily good here. I'm not sure. The junk player probably has access to a little more spot removal. I'm not sure if he wants that or not. He probably has Threads of Disloyalty in his sideboard. That's a common thing to see in Canadian Thresh. That's going to be really strong against the Dark Confidants and Tarmogoyfs that are in the junk deck.
All right, so Calcano has his question. He made it a little too tough for you guys, but I think you guys can figure it out. Where are we coming live from?
Where is this open?
Where is this open? If you guys know where this open is, you guys can win 6 months premium for free, everybody. Tweet it in to @SCG Premium.
And one of you will win free in 6 months.
Somebody's going to win 6 months premium. So you guys got to be good at geography. What skills need to come out for this? Geography? Just geography.
Reading comprehension.
All right, so they're
Listening skills.
Yeah, so they're shuffling up for game 2. David Nolan on the right, Kyle Miller on the left. I'm Gerard
General
Fabiano.
sobriety.
Yeah, I'm Gerard Fabiano alongside Christian Calcano, Jake Van Lunen. We are live from beep beep Star City Game Legacy Open. So
This is brilliant.
Kyle Miller won game 1. We'll see what happens in game 2. So far, nobody. We have no tweets so far. This is Calcano. Next time, come up with the easier question, please.
I'll try it.
All right. All right. So right now, I think Kyle is definitely he's probably about just in a single game he's well over 50% matchup here.
Yeah, look, Jerry Garcia back from the dead, watching David Nolan play right now.
Oh,
See that in the background?
Yeah.
Look at that.
And I don't know. I think Kyle's probably about a 60% favorite in any given game.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, about right. So this is pretty good. All right, David Nolan shuffling up. They present their decks, so they're on their way right now. Kyle Miller shuffling up. So David does not want a mulligan. He mulliganed to 5. He's
Yeah, I
probably
mean, that's
thinking-
not a very good start. When
Yeah.
you're mulliganing to 5 against a him deck in game 1, and then you have to keep a hand with force in it,
Yeah.
it's a little frustrating.
All right, now Force of Will is normally bad, so I'm wondering if David Nolan actually bored out his force. I think he should.
I think Force of Will is terrible in this matchup. I definitely board out Forces.
Yeah. So.
But that's something that's hard to do for anybody who plays with the card.
All right. So very good hand for David Nolan. Multiple lands and a Tarmogoyf. Not much more you could ask for. Even a turn 1 Noble Hierarch he has. So.
Ooh.
David keeps.
Speaking of a pretty aggressive start, then.
Did you see Kyle's hand at all? All right, well,
I can't see it much
David
more.
starts off with a Forest and a Noble Hierarch. He plays the Forest because he doesn't want to get wastelanded. That's my guess. Wow, Swords to Plowshare right away from Kyle Miller.
Yeah, Kyle is really good at attacking his opponent's resources. That's what he's been doing throughout this match. When I watched him play a little bit earlier today, again, his goal generally, he likes to attack his opponent's mana base early, and once he can make them stumble a little bit, he likes to start attacking the hand.
Okay, so David Nolan has 2 mana. Looks like he's going to play Tarmogoyf on turn 2.
There's Goyf.
Yeah, it's only a 1/2, but that thing will grow pretty quick. Swamp Inquisition, wow.
That's a pretty good start.
Inquisition is a great card. And he
Right,
gets
so
a
he
Vidalian
does a
Click.
Vidalian Click and leaves his opponent with nothing
Wow.
but 3 lands.
I did not know he had that many lands in his hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
But he grows
wow.
a Green Sun Zenith, which is
Wow,
about as good
David's
as it
drawing
gets.
great so far.
Yeah.
So he's going to get a second Tarmogoyf down.
Yeah, he may go for Tarmogoyf, but he has some other options too.
What else would you want besides a Tarmogoyf?
Oh, you got
I-
the Tarmogoyf.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what he has after sideboard.
Sure, that makes sense. That makes
You
sense.
know.
Yeah, maybe he has a special target.
Yeah, like there are a lot of cards in Magic. You know, like he could have any 2-drop ever. I'm sure there's something that's better than Tarmogoyf,
Definitely.
but
definitely.
maybe he doesn't have it in his 75. So
All right, so David fishing through his deck, thinking what's the best card he could get. And he's not going to even present his deck to his opponent. He's just going to say, hey, I got a sack land. Now I'm going to do a Green Sun Zenith for
And
a
he gets a
Tarmogoyf.
Goyf, yeah.
Yep. So 2 Tarmogoyfs down for David Nolan. His hand is only
those
lands,
Tarmogoyfs-
bud.
I mean, those Tarmogoyfs are 4/5s.
They're big.
They beat hard.
Yeah.
You know, a 4/5 for 2 mana is something that's not really considered
No,
fair.
They're
so.
3/4s right now, I think. Oh, no, wait. Oh, no.
No, they're
4/5s is
4/5s.
the land.
Yeah, instant, sorcery, creature land, 4/5.
Did he just forget to fetch prior to attack? I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
That is crazy. Because
Good.
it's really relevant because
It is,
he'd be
yeah.
on a 2-turn clock now instead of a
Yeah.
3-turn clock.
Whoa,
Whoa.
perish!
And that's about
Wow.
as lights as it gets.
Wow.
David Nolan is left with no non-land
And another
cards. So
land
he's just
for-
left with
for
3
David,
lands in
so-
hand.
So I guess it wasn't relevant missing the
Yeah.
damage so far, but wow, that's crazy. Perish. All right.
I mean, the truth is, though, is that if David just rips, like, a Noble Hierarch off the top, all he needs is a Natural Order, and he can just shut Kyle Miller out of this game.
yeah, let's see what Kyle does here. Knight of the
Okay,
Rock.
another
Wow.
Relic Break comes down, and that's going to be really, really good. That's probably just going to close this game.
I think he's just going to chain Wastelands.
I don't think you would do that now. Your opponent's flooded. You're only keeping your opponent on 4 lands. He can basically do everything that his deck does at 4 lands. So you probably just want to start, like, attack him and kill him, right?
Okay, yeah, attacking with Knight's pretty good too. So it just shows the power of this.
He has no lands in his yard yet, so.
Yeah, it's only a 2/2. It just shows the power of this white, black, green
Probably
deck.
going to want to get some fetch lands to start
Yeah.
out.
He's thinking, he's tapping 2. Wow,
Oh,
Jitte.
wow, Jitte.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Now the Jitte with counters will eat up the Noble Hierarchs.
Dryad Arbors.
Yeah, it's definitely very good. Now remember, with those sack lands, David Nolan can go fetch Dryad Arbiters.
Yeah.
So you have to always be careful there. And at any point, David Nolan can just draw a natural order off the top of his deck, make a fetch land happen, and get a 10/10 Progenitus into play.
I mean, that's pretty exciting.
It is.
It's scary.
And that's
stuff.
also got to be scary for Kyle. Because here Kyle is, and he's in this, like, very dominating position, but, you know, at any moment, he could just be facing down a 10/10 that has
Yeah.
protection from everything.
Yeah. All right. So Jitte picks up some counters, and David drew a Tarmogoyf.
Yeah,
that
another
guy
one.
has been coming up pretty often today.
He may have 10 Tarmogoyfs in his deck
Yeah, he always
by
gets
the,
it.
by the rate at
Kinda
which
deck
he draws
check, you
them.
know?
This guy always gets it. He takes a look at the graveyard. Maybe does a little count.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just currently reading Perish. And Perish is one of those cards where even though the text is very simple, It's one of those cards you read for a very long time.
People just can't believe it.
They're like,
it's
are
all
you
green.
serious? Are you serious?
And it's kind of weird because Kyle has a lot of green
Yes, a
creatures
lot of-
in his
I
deck.
think all his creatures are green, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 3-mana Wrath's still good when you're trying to play like some sort of like card advantage game.
And you know what else Perish kills? A Progenitus.
It does.
That's very true. Also,
So, yeah, that's probably the main reason why I brought it in, besides the Goyfs and the Noble Hierarchs. But and the Dryad Arbiters. They're green, right?
yeah,
Right, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Dryad Arbors are green.
Kill a lot of stuff.
The major thing though is that if he's casting like land destruction spells and discard spells in the early turns of the game while his opponent is developing a board, a Perish is actually going to be really powerful.
Yeah. All right, so Kyle draws for his turn. Kyle has double Wasteland to play now. And it looks like the Knight's going to beat in.
All right, so he's going to get in there with his Knight. So removing both counters off the Jit. And it looks like he's going to pop both these
Yeah,
Wastelands.
he's going to pop both Wastelands. That means Knight of the Reliquary is going to get +2/+2.
And then they +1/+1 from Jide, or
I'm not sure what to do with the Jitte counters, but he could.
All right, he didn't do it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, he actually held on to the Wastelands?
yeah, he just uses Jit counters to pump. I don't really like that. I think I'd rather use lands to pump before I use Jit counters.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it's.
It's permanent and it's not like a resource that you
Yeah.
can use to like kill things like Noble Hierarchs.
I'm not sure why he sacked the Misty Rainforest right now. Do we know David's hand?
He's pretty flooded. He probably just wants to draw non-land cards.
No, well, I think that he needs to go fetch up a Dryad Arbiter. If
Yeah,
he
at
wants,
least one.
you understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
But he doesn't want to fetch it now. He wants to be able to fetch it and go natural order in one turn.
Yeah.
Unless I'm missing something.
No, you're not.
All right, so David shuffling. And
Yeah, that's actually very important because your opponent does not get a chance to respond.
yeah, it just doesn't really make sense. And Kyle is going to take out a couple of dual lands here.
You know, I think we're going to see both Trops go the way to the dodo.
Definitely seems reasonable, taking out 2 traps. Instead, Volcanic Island and Taiga could have cut him off on red mana. That's probably a better play.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like a tight play. I'm not sure if David kept in the red spells against
Yeah,
him.
I don't think he has any
You know,
red cards.
like the only red cards in his deck are like the burn spells and the pyroblasts, and
Yep.
those don't seem like they're good post boards. So
All right, so a little confusion on life totals here. But good thing the judge is there to clear everything up.
all right, so
Kyle passes a turn. David pretty much has 1 draw.
and
Slams it down. Volcanic Island and a
Island.
handshake.
Kyle Miller.
Kyle
And,
Miller and AJ Soccer in the finals. This is a crazy finals.
It is crazy.
It is crazy finals.
So-
AJ
a lot
Soccer
at stake.
is armed with his blue-red deck. This is a deck of his own design. Clearly, he's having a great deal of success with it. He's top-aided 2 weeks in a row.